Hey guys, Dirk here. I've been gone for way too long. Been busy with a lot of other stuff. As you can see, I've got this Venetian plaster wall behind me, and that marking is actually for a hearth. And then I've got pergo floors underneath me. And this is similar to the spot where I used to shoot a bunch of my videos, so kind of moving a bunch of stuff around, haven't had a lot of time. But I've had a bunch of questions about my rifle. There's a few that are similar. The Ruger American rifle, this is the American Predator. And I've just been asked a couple questions on some other videos, so I figured I'd go over it real quick and kind of give everybody a list of what I've got and how it's doing so far. I'll try to put up a section, I believe, with a video of me and my truck opening. The optic is from Precision, or Primary Arms, sorry. This is their Orion, and then I cannot remember the make on the brake that's here. And those were the first two things I added. The gun comes with the rail already mounted, so I ordered the scope. It's not normally this long. It breaks off right here. This is the sunshade, and I got the sunshade for it just because it fit what I was doing. So that was a separate thing. And then also the caps, the scope caps from Butler Creek, because I don't like the ones that come with it. So they're pretty nice. The front one just has the little flip button. The back has a button you push on it and it flips up. The scope is, let's see here, we got 14 at the highest and I believe 4 at the lowest. And it actually is kind of a nice setup. Not sure how the focus works on my camera. It's got some MOA adjustments on it, which are kind of nice. You can change the turret once you get it zeroed, and then you can take your scope caps off if you're going to do some bench shooting, and then use it from there. I'll put a link to the actual picture of the reticle. It's pretty slick. It has a chevron in the middle instead of a crosshairs, and then like a horseshoe, so it's kind of a reflex sight, which is nice because this gun does not come with a front sight at all. It's got a threaded barrel at the end. So the reflex sight is kind of nice for in the brush shots. The gun I replaced this with had iron see-through sights underneath the scope and then a scope, so kind of a toss-up there. So I don't have iron sights anymore, but that reflex sight is nice on this gun. It's kind of a brush gun and mountain gun. It's pretty lightweight. It was really light before I put all the stuff on it, but this stuff hasn't been too bad. So it's a 308 Winchester. Again, Ruger Predator. It's got a, I believe they call it a 60-degree bolt, a real low-angle bolt. This is empty, chamber's empty. It does have a detachable mag. These are about 40 bucks if you watch for them. Cabela's has them. I ordered mine from a local shop here. It fits a couple different calibers. This is the short one, but they're about $40. 308 holds 4 rounds, so you can do 4 plus 1 in the box or in the chamber. It has their version of, I don't know what they call it Ruger wise. I believe it's AccuTrigger and Savage is what I had it before. It's real nice because it takes all the travel out of the trigger. So it's got a pretty crisp trigger that you can adjust down, and you push the blade in, and then after that it's not quite a hair trigger, but it's close. So it's accurate trigger. I'm probably gonna lower the weight on it a little bit. I just haven't messed with it too much yet, trying to get it zeroed in for hunting. I've got a deer tag coming up here soon, and then an elk tag in December. So action runs real smooth. That is with it being dirty. I got back from the range 2 days ago and I haven't cleaned it at all, and I put 40 rounds through it, so it's not a perfectly clean rifle. And as you can see, the Ruger Americans did have an issue at first with sticky actions, so obviously they've worked on that. I use a Montana Sling. I'll try to put a link in there. I love them. They don't make any noise. They're super easy to adjust. It's just a knot at the top. I do leather work, and they use a real high quality leather, and then just a simple knot at the top makes it nice. This was just a little bag I got off of Amazon. It actually, you can open it up and it has these removable strips that hold 7 rounds. You can stick one to the outside, one to the inside. I honestly probably won't carry any rounds in there. I will probably put those on an extra 7 rounds on the inside of my bag, and then I will use that for the boar snake and things like that I carry in the field. But it's just nice to have it right there. It does rise a little bit up, which is nice, and it straps on real easy. This gun, I did not shoot it without the muzzle brake on it. So recoil, I can't tell you what it was before. I got that the same day I got the gun. It came in and I put it on and did never shoot it without. I know with it, the recoil is very light. It's nowhere near. I had a Ruger Scout and it was, I would say it's probably half of the recoil out of that, and the Scout was a heavier gun. This is lighter, so it would have, assuming it would have kicked pretty hard without that muzzle brake. One thing to note, that muzzle brake is extremely loud. I had some guys at the range that were giving me looks like what in the world I was shooting, because it is extremely loud. At night, I am not sure what it's going to do, how much flash is going to come out of there, but yeah, be prepared. It is loud, very loud. Even through my earplugs, I could tell it was loud. So I do recommend it. It cuts down on the recoil for sure. It doesn't want to rise hardly at all, and I'm happy with it, but just be aware. I'll put a link to what model it is, but it is loud. The Bipod is just a cheap. It was like 15 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link to it in there, but it's nothing super fancy, but it's pretty solid. For 15 bucks, I'd give it a shot. I'm gonna run it. It doesn't rattle around, doesn't make any noise. It pops out, goes to 9 inches, I believe, and then it's pretty solid system, locks back in place. When I'm up in the mountains, honestly, I'll probably take that off. I just won't use it for hunting. I'll use it mainly just as a bench gun for that part. So I'll put a picture up of the reticle on the scope again. And then one thing I've always liked, this is the first gun I've actually had them on, my uncles have had them, is the Butler Creek scope capture. Pretty slick, keep the dust and grime out of your scopes, and then are real easy to pop off. So had a couple people ask me about accuracy. Haven't had a lot of time to sit and shoot to try to group it yet. I was getting it sighted in. I have no problem. I put 20 out of 20 rounds of various ammo on a pie plate at 100 and 200 yards. I did have some groups where I had 3 shots that were definitely at 100 yards were under 1 inch. At 200, I was probably more in the 3 inch, but I wasn't really trying, and I think I have the scope off to the side just a hair. It's kind of bugging me. I think it's tilted just a bit, so I need to get it in a vise and make sure that's level. And then probably November, after deer season, I will get back out to the range for a little bit and do some solid groups with it, kind of see what it is. There's a video I'll mention in the comments. If you have a Ruger American rifle, the stock on them is black, and it's not as rigid as the Predator is. It seems like they've upgraded the reinforcements underneath the barrel. So this one, it's got like a crisscross pattern underneath it. I'm going to bed the action a little bit. It has aluminum blocks that the action sets in, so it's real nice to get in and out of the stock. But I do want to bed the front half of it. So there's a block, let's see, the hole's right here. So there's a block right here and a block right here that the action beds into. And there's a little section back here that's hollow and a section right here before the free-floating barrel that's hollow. And I think I want to do the Brownells bedding kit on the front part of the action and the rear part of the action, just to kind of get that a little more solid. And then what I did, I'll link, like I said, I'll link the video to the actual American rifle. This is supposed to be a free-floating barrel, and when I got it, it touched in the same place that I believe it's Outdoor Guy he was having his touch right here. It's not a real hard fix. I grabbed a dowel that I had laying around, or I believe it might have been a it was a 410 gauge shotgun shell or something like that, I believe. And I just wrapped some sandpaper on it, put it in there and sanded that down so it kept a nice radius on it, but made it just a little bit bigger because it was touching the barrel right here, which he was getting some odd flyers and stuff when he was shooting his, and kind of attributed it to something like that, which makes sense. So hopefully down the road I will have a more in-depth video with some shooting, some targets. My range, I've learned if I get there about 3, it's actually pretty quiet, so I might be able to do some actual video there at the range, and they don't have any problem with me hooking my GoPro up to the actual target frame. So as long as no one else is there to shoot it, we might give that a shot so you can see how it shoots. I've been using Hornady ammo out of it, 165 grains, because this barrel is 18 inches, which some people wonder about for that. I like it because of the mountain gun. I added 2 inches with that muzzle brake, so it's kind of back up to there, but it's nice and light. I have a pack review coming up, which I got a new pack that this will work with really well. But that 18-inch barrel, I really like it. I was kind of on the fence about it, and then I sold a gun to a retired military sniper that was in Vietnam, and he said that they shot a whole lot of rifles before they decided on ones, and they ended up with a Mauser action, bolt action, 308, 18-inch barrel, 1 in 10 twist. And this is a 18-inch barrel, 1 in 10 twist. So I'm not looking for a sniper rifle. I just want something super accurate for hunting in the mountains. And I would like to do kind of a budget 1,000-yard challenge with the milk jug with the Utah long range guys. We'll see how that goes. That'll be up to me. I'm pretty sure the gun will do it. I've got about 50 rounds through it now, so we've got some copper buildup in the barrel that I'll leave, and got to clean it, the rest of it good, kind of get the barrel seasoned up, and after deer season see if we can dial it in a little tighter even, and maybe go for that 1,000 yards early spring next year. So that'll be fun, because I'm into it under 1,000. The gun is about 400 now. The scope I believe is 250. The muzzle brake is 80, and then the bipod was just 15 bucks. I did buy another magazine for it. That was 40, like I said. Montana Sling, I'm not even sure what they go for. This one I've had on 3 different rifles. I just move it around when I'm using it. And then this cheek pad little pouch was only 15 bucks. So for a good beginner rifle for 308, I would definitely recommend the Predator over the just the standard American. The American has a really thin barrel, and some guys have had issues with that. Personally, I'd rather have the shorter barrel, whether you do a muzzle brake or not. That's a little thicker to reduce that barrel whip on 308. If you do have the other, just the standard version, I would definitely not shoot too fast through it. I've seen them, and I've shot a couple, 243 I believe it was in 308, and that barrel heats up quick. It's a really thin barrel. It's a light gun, but it's a really thin barrel. So this one's real nice and sturdy. I'm liking it. Can't wait to get out end of October for deer, and then elk later on in the year. So I'll keep up the updates, hopefully a little better as soon as I finish up a few things around the house. If you've got any questions, I do check those on my phone, and I will get back with you right away. Or something you want to see on one of these, let me know. Any of my other videos and reviews too. I've got a couple packs that I've swapped out that I'm going to have up as well. So thanks for watching, and again, Ruger American Predator, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.